Hey everyone, welcome to my next episode of my Rostock Max version 2 build log. I think we're up to episode 6. We're into the electronics. This is the LCD panel, this is the LCD front plate, and the LCD angled mounting brackets, and a little bit of hardware. And they're going to fit right into there, into my Rostock Max that I've been building in the last few episodes. Look at that bad boy, eh? So, let's have a look at here. If we just open up what's inside here. We have an SD card. 8 gigabyte card. This is the adapter for the Rambo. This plugs onto the Rambo like this. And then we have a couple cables that come from here to the LCD. Where's my knife? Okay, sorry about this. There. Okay, so this is a bubble wrap bag. Right on. Okay, that's really in there. Sorry. And there it is. Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy. Oh, sweet. Okay, so the SD card goes into the side right there. Have you seen anything? All right, I'm going to get this all bolted together. We've got a left and a right on here. I'm going to make sure I actually pay attention this time. I seem to have made that mistake a couple of times in this build. All right. Be back in a mo. And the completed LCD. Fairly straightforward and easy. Once again, the instructions were easy enough to follow. One recommendation is that you put in these angles into this plate first and then tighten them up. But don't actually tighten these. Leave these loose. That way it makes it easier to get your 4 screws around your plate in. Set these in, but don't really tighten them up either. Just kind of almost not quite snug. Just, just until they're gripping. Or just until they bite. Until there's some pressure. And then come back in and tighten these. And then tighten these. And that'll help center all of your nuts and get everything going good. So up next, we're just going to add I'm going to add my acrylic face plates and trims and knobs and yeah, and I guess we're done with almost done with this. Okay. So I now have the button. Where'd it go? Right there. Button will go on there afterwards. Acrylic side plates, acrylic face plate, a couple of screws, and the LCD mount that I just created. So we're just going to slap all this stuff together. Shouldn't take but a mo. Well, let's have a look at these black acrylic parts before we stick them in there. Okay, let's put them on first. And there it is, completed. Looks good. I love this. So that's your emergency stop button right there. I like the way they did that. It's a neat way to do it. Got your little thing here. Actually, I do believe it goes this way. So now, interesting note. So on the back, you're asked in the manual to write A and B on those. You should do that before you install it, because trying to get a Sharpie in there is hard. Of course, you could just do it on this side, but no. I want to keep it out of the way, so there you go. Next up, the Rambo controller, the board. All right, have fun. Bye-bye. Be back soon. Bit of a tip here. The manual just says put this away in a safe place for now because we'll be coming back to it in a couple of steps. It fits perfectly in its little red baggie. So just put it back in the bag and just put it off to the side. Yeah, I'm about to start on the Rambo board. There's the Rambo. There's the plate and the fan. Some mounting hardware. I already started with the tie straps on the fan because when I saw that in the manual it just held on with tie straps, I thought that was interesting, so I wanted to just quickly see how one of them worked. And then all of a sudden I realized, it was like, wait, what? I actually marked them wrong. I should have marked them on the other side where it's easy to mark them. Because the one on the left is A, and the one on the B. So, whoops. I'll fix that. There. That's how they're supposed to be. See, I wanted to do them on this side because it's small and out of the way. And even it's on the back, nobody's ever going to see it, but still, whatever. All right. So continuing on with mounting the Rambo board. There it is, babies. The Arduino-based 3D printer controlled electronics. And that's step one completed. Just make sure that it looks like what's on the screen there. Yep. Yep. Okay, now, what's next? What's next is the fun bit with the micro controller board. Ooh. Ooh. You know what's really interesting, though? One of the first things you got to do is actually cut this off and solder it to the board. See? I don't get that. That's just weird. Why would you have to solder the fan to the board? Just weird. Okay. So we've already seen the box contents in the unboxing video. There it is. The Rambo board, the 3D print controller. Now, here's what's really cool about this. Okay, so the smart board, or the smart LCD controller, that adapter, takes up... What the hell version of the board is this? So it takes up these pins, and those pins. These are the serial... Yeah, no, wait a minute. What the hell? Why won't you focus your bloody ass camera? Okay, those are the motor... What? Where the hell are the serial pins? Am I looking at this the right way? Yeah, it's hard for me to see what the hell's going on. Sorry, this is taking me a minute, but I lost my pins. That's the SPIs. Those are the extra motors. There's the analog pins. Those are the digital extras. Where the hell are the serials? There they are. 2, 4, yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm going to be hooking into those pins right there when I install my Arduino Pro Mini, which I'm going to be installing up into the top there. So just a bit of a hint. Let's see, which way is the front? Yeah, this is the front. Is it? So I'm going to be installing some digital displays up here. Let me show you what they're going to look like. Let's see. I think they're in Which ones are they in? For crying out loud. Is that them? Nope. Oh, there's one. Sorry, I don't know if you actually saw what I was just doing there. Okay, so this is a 5-digit display. So I'm going to be putting several of them up into here. I'll be mounting them with a 3D printed. I'll be replacing this with a 3D printed one. And these will just go right into here with several of the bed temperature, hot end temperature, progress, time, completions, percentages. And I'm just going to use another Arduino Pro Mini and pull it right off of the serial interface here. Update some code on this to update the Pro Mini, which will update these displays, as well as have a Wi-Fi. That's right, I'm going to build Wi-Fi into this. Where is that? Right there. So that's the little Wi-Fi unit that's going to be going into this. And may as well bring out the other one. Wherever the heck that one went. There it is. Sorry if that was horrible, but... So this is a big Arduino. That's a tiny little Arduino with the Wi-Fi unit. And a bunch of these will be going in. And they'll be, like I said, they'll be installed right up in here. And then the Rostock will be Wi-Fi enabled with nice big bright displays up on top that I can see from wherever, a long ways away. Okay, to continue on. So I was just about to continue on. The very first step of assembling the motherboard is to cut the leads off of the fan and solder the leads onto the motherboard right there. I hope you can see that clearly enough. I was just about to do that and I thought, well, hey, why are we doing that? So I looked at the fan, right, and I realized, hey, as it happens, I actually have a bunch of 2mm spaced male header pins that fit. Because that's what this is. This is a 0.2mm. That's why they're telling you just to cut it off, because it's highly unlikely anybody has pins, and they're not on there, so it looks like you have to solder it anyways. But I don't really want to, so I'm going to just do that. Hang on a sec. Sorry about this. I'm really sorry about this. I'm really sorry I had to put the phone down. It's a two-handed, okay, it was a two-handed job. So now I just got those in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snap off those two pins and just solder the pins in there, and that way I don't have to dick with the plug. I can keep that plugged. And that's a much better idea, because I'm probably going to replace this with a Nock 2 of 40mm. I've heard things about these get noisy, and looking at it, it is just a generic fan. Yeah, I don't see anything special about it, so I'll probably end up putting a Nock 2 in there just to keep it quiet. But yeah, I'm really happy that I remembered I had those. A whole bag of them, actually. The reason why the hell do I have these? I actually don't know why I have these. Alright. And there's the fully mounted motherboard. I was able to use the 2mm spaced male headers that I happen to have, so I didn't have to cut the end off the pin, or off the cable. So, I don't remember if I mentioned that in the previous clip. That was last night. This is this morning. I don't remember what I said. So, all right. Up next, what's up next? Oh, up next, I have to sleeve these cables. These are the end stop wires. You notice I've got the one that's a bit longer than the rest. That's because that was the X and it looped back on itself. So I'm actually going to cut this one, this long one, make it and resplice it so it's the same length as the others. And then I'm going to sleeve them and plug them in. I've now got all the end stop wires connected and sleeved and ready to be plugged in. So up next is... what is this? Oh, the thermistor leads. Okay. And there's the hot end wires, sleeved and ready to go. There's black tape on here because I screwed up. I had actually done all of this before I put it through that hole, and I screwed up. So I actually had to pull this up a little bit apart and get it through there, and then just taped it back up. I'm a little annoyed by that, but whatever. Okay, what's next? Prepping the extruder motors. The one extruder motor, that one. Okay. Should have left myself a little bit extra there, but no biggie. I've got the easy extruder cable all hooked up, ready to go. It's sleeved. I got the plug on there. I got the cabling. So everything is pulled out the front. Everything is sleeved and ready to start attaching. The only thing that hasn't been done yet are the layer fan connectors, because, well, I don't have the layer fans installed yet or anything, so I'll worry about them later. Next up is to start wiring up everything to the motherboard. And soon it'll be running. And you know what I just realized? I just realized I don't have any glue. And today's a holiday, so not much is open. And I don't know what I'm gonna use for my first test print. It's ABS, heated bed. I need to have some sort of a glue. I don't have a glue. All right, I'll figure it out. So let's connect everything. I actually do need to prepare this end of the layer fans, so I'm gonna do them right now. And there we go, one motherboard installed. So the thing about sleeving all the cables is that it makes them stiff. So that was kind of challenging. And I gotta tell you, there really is absolutely no reason at all to sleeve any of the cables except for anal retentiveness, of which I have plenty. So, okay, up next, just gonna slap on the LCD controller, I guess. Got my LCD, my adapter, and my on-off button. The button goes right there. So I'm going to attach this, plug the cables in, screw this on, and I think we're almost done. The adapter board's been pushed onto the pins. Fairly easy to do, of course. Labeled as per the instructions, and cabled. Now, what's next? What's next? What's next? Installing the power switch and the covers. We're almost done. Power switch has been installed. Now to install the side plates, the panel, using these little plastic screws. So now we're going to install the power cable, the USB cable, which plugs in right there, the power cable, which connects to the back of the power supply, and then I'm going to install the high friction feet and the acrylic covers. We are almost there. I am almost there. Once those are done, I then only have to put on the glass plate and, well, that's it. Woo! I'm getting giddy with excitement. One step left, and that's to install the borosilicate glass plate on top of the hot bed. Hot bed, hot bed. So that's the puppy. That is the puppy. Rostock Max, version 2. Okay, 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Alright, I've got the borosilicate glass plate on top. Got 5 of the 6 clips in. This is the last clip, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last thing I need to do to finish building it. This is it. This is it. Ta-da! I'm so happy. Okay, let's see. So, let's see. Oh, well, it says to do the wire check, yeah. And it's alive. It's alive. Kick back, have a beer or scotch. Actually, I've got some Honey JD. Okay, so next is software. But you know what? I'm going to do a power test. I am going to do a power test. I'm sorry about this, but I'm going to have to put my camera down while I turn this thing around a bit. Sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Power cord. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. All right, let's see what happens. Ready? Okay, what the hell? Well, that's not confidence inspiring. Okay, ready? Okay, so it wasn't turned on. That's good. I wasn't sure which way the switch went. Okay, smoke test time. Push the button, see what happens. Okay, I heard no sound. I smell no smoke. I see no smoke. Happy dance. I am happy dancing behind my camera. I'm happy dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rostock Max V2 finished build. Could have been a lot faster if I wasn't taking video all the time, but... Okay, up next, we are actually done. We're done building it. I'm done building it. I'm done building it. I've got my 2 lines of blank text. It's because there's no firmware on there. So up next, I just got to install all my software, calibrate, do all of that stuff, but that is the end of the build. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled to death. Look at that bad boy. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. You know what? I'm glad I didn't paint it black. I really am. So the fan, I can hear the fan running. It powered off properly. I'm happy. Okay, I'm going to post this video. And the next episode will just be all the finishing tasks, like, well, the software calibrations and getting the first print going. Well, that first print will probably be a separate video, but I'm excited. All right, thanks. Bye-bye. All right, well, I got the software installed and updated, and I have a problem. See how it says def there? Watch this. I'm going to turn it off. It's going to flash up a temperature, and then it's going to go to def. This means I have a serious problem somewhere. So somehow that thermistor's fucked up. So I'm screwed. I gotta fucking do something now. Unhappy. Right, quick update. I found my problem. The problem was me, and I was stupid and did a really bad thing. And I'm not telling you what it is, but I fixed it. And now everything is working, so I'm putting it all back together. However, in my efforts to try and figure out what was going on, I accidentally pulled the thermistor out of the hot end while trying to untape it to get a better look at it with the magnifying glass. And now I got to put it back together, which means I don't get to do any printing tonight or anything, because it's going to take a while for that to cure. But I know what my problem is, and I've done some more tests, and the readouts are fine and all of that. But I got to put that thing back together. That really pisses me off. All right. So that's the end of this episode. But at least I figured out my problem, and everything's back up and running. It's just going to take me a while to get it up and running. So tomorrow, hopefully, I'll start printing tomorrow.